What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Charting Crypto live stream. Can I get a 1-2-1-2 if you guys can hear me? Had a little bit of issues with my internet earlier today. Hopefully all that's resolved so we can do some live streaming tonight. So if you guys can hear me, just give me a 1-2-1-2 and we'll get the show started. Okay, so straight up, we'll just jump into BTC real quick. I'm not really going to do a TA on it. I just want to show you guys something pretty important that's going on with BTC right now. BTC right now is holding up fantastically on the bottom of this support channel. You can see the support channel is at 28.5, and we continue to battle down there and have support. If we do break below this 28, that is where everyone's saying, hey, we're going down to 25 to 7.8. If you've watched my channel for a while, I usually talk about you only get to test things 3 times. We're looking for that heavy drop on Bitcoin, and hopefully this next drop that we have, because I do think we're to be heading back down on Bitcoin again. It's just inevitable that we will be falling a little bit lower, but back down here again to 28.6. Can it hold up at the 382? It can. I mean, it did back here and had a good decent sized bounce, but there's really no major news going on to catapult Bitcoin right now. We just really can't fall below the 28.27. I know we wicked down here to 28 even, but if we have a hard candle below 28.28, that's the drop that people are looking to see if Bitcoin drops lower. And what they're waiting for is to drop below the support level right here. And if it drops below the support level right here, that is going to be the bad time on Bitcoin. But inevitably, I think in the short term, we're heading up to 29.89, and then a retracement here, and then we'll just take it by chunks on the way down. We'll watch the 382. You can see we've been holding up at the bottom of the support, but if this is the final drop that breaks through this, it is most likely to be going down to 26 in my personal opinion. If you've watched my channel for a while, I call myself a perma bull, but you can't ignore the charts right now. The charts, we are bearish, unfortunately. So I'm using this opportunity to accumulate more coins, and the coins that we go over tonight, we're not going to be talking about coins going to the moon or anything like that. We're pretty much going to be looking at what is a good buy opportunity to possibly acquire more coins, because until Bitcoin decides what it's going to do, we're not going to be able to go to the moon on any coins. I mean, there are the random coins that are going right now, but realistically, coins aren't going to be taking off. The good, decent coins, in my personal opinion, are not going to be taking off. So what I've just been doing is loading up more of my bag, and when I'm charting now in this bear market is where is this drop going to stop, and I try to catch those wicks. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing tonight when we chart some coins. Maybe we'll find a coin that could be close to taking off, but inevitably what we're most likely to be going over tonight is what's a good opportunity to pick up this coin at a better price to load up your bags a little bit more. We're going to be consolidating until June 4th, and June 4th is going to be the make or break moment. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. So with that, guys, if you guys have any coins you want me to chart, just put them in the chats and we can get this started. Let me go through the chat. Yeah. If Bitcoin drops hard again, I'm going to be loading up a lot more. So with that, I'm going to jump into Quant real quick. I just started acquiring Quant about a month ago. If you're part of my Discord channel, you know that it's pretty heavily filled with Quant holders right now. And they've been shilling it, and they finally persuaded me into investing in the Quant, and so I have. So let's jump into Quant and see what Quant might be doing here in the near future. So I had this drawn on Quant, completely obliterated, so we're going to start from scratch. So Quant is holding up the $61 right now. If we look at the MACD is actually tailing down, so I'd be looking for a convergence on the MACD. RSI is reset at 46. Let's draw a fib on this bad boy and chop it up a little bit, bottom to top right here. You can see we're currently having a hard time getting over the 382. So with that and the MACD tailing back down, unfortunately, I don't think quant's going to be breaking above 66. I think we're going to be testing this 0.5 again. So I'd be keeping an eye on a drop down to the top of the support channel here at 62. If we do break below that, we do have a main support at 61. I do have a buy-in order at $60 for quant. I've had that buy-in order for quite a long time and it has not gotten hit yet. But if it gets hit, it gets hit. But in the short term, I think quant's heading back down to this main support area. Top of the support channel, then inevitably the main support, and we'll reassess the situation at the time. A lot of the coins that we look at tonight are just going to be doing the sideways movement, just like Bitcoin. So we look at the MACD, it's just pretty much needling out, just straight sideways movement, which is not bad. I mean, consolidation is a bullish thing. It just means people are willing to accumulate that coin at the same price for a long period of time. But inevitably, Bitcoin is the tide that raises all ships. So if Bitcoin starts tanking and the tide starts lowering, a lot of these altcoins are going to lower. I think we're heading back down. If I wanted to pick up more quant, which I do, I'd put a buy-in order at 61.70, but I'm putting in a buy-in order at 60 because I try to catch the wicks. So if we get down here and we hard candle to the 61.75 and we get a wick down here to 60, I'm going to try to catch that wick at the 618. If it doesn't fail, I'll just keep it there because inevitably you can see we're starting to get tighter and tighter and tighter in this consolidation. We had these big waves at the beginning of May, and these waves are starting to get tighter and tighter and tighter. Inevitably, we're going to have a breakout one way or the other, and hopefully it's to the upside. All dependent on Bitcoin, but nonetheless, once we have a breakout, it's going to be big, and hopefully it's big upside instead of down. So for quant right now, I'd be looking for a retracement down to 63 minimally. Fall below that, the top of that support channel, it's going to be 61.75. I have a buy-in order at 60 personally for quant, hoping to catch a wick to fill up because we haven't really hit 60 quant since May 12th. We've wicked down to the support. We haven't had a hard candle down to it yet, but I know this sounds bad, but I'm hoping that it actually comes down here and wicks down because I would love to accumulate more quant at $60. And on the short term, I think quant's heading lower. So with that, we have Unique all the way, said VXV quant, covered quant. So we'll jump into VXV real quick. So just like quant, a lot of coins is moving sideways. The great thing about VX is you have a really, really thick support channel right here. So if you guys do end up falling below this main support, you have a ton of channel right here. Let me remove the drawings. If you look at the MACD is actually looking like it's about ready to flip bullish. So it looks like you wick down to the support, and inevitably, if this continues, I think we're gonna have a movement to the upside on VXV. Let me draw a fib and see if we can chop this up for a little bit. Bottom of the top, you can see we're actually riding right on the 618 right now, and with the MACD about ready to flip bullish, I think this is the low for VXV for a little upswing. You can see we haven't broke above the 0.5 right now, so this might be a good breakout point for you guys. We had the big upswings, up down, where you can see we're just consolidating super tight in this area right now, so inevitably you're gonna have a breakout, hopefully it's to the upside. And with this flipping bullish right now, this upside movement right here, if we do break above this 0.5, I don't even think we stop at the 382. I think our next stop would be around the $1 range, which would actually be the 382 actually. So I'd be keeping an eye on upwards movement to consolidating for a while too, and inevitably that's going to break out, and hopefully that's to the upside. I know a lot of people are banking on it breaking lower, and if it does break lower, I hope you get $1. So I'd be looking for on the short term, the next couple of days, a movement up to $1 on VXV. And if we break above $1, if we do break above $1 there, our next step would be 110. But I don't want to get too greedy here. We've, pretty much been moving sideways forever, so I'm not going to be getting super moon boyish tonight. We're just going to be looking at the short term, good price entries and exits. So for VXV, I'd be keeping an eye on a movement up to $1. If we do fall below the 618, though, you do have a main support at 86 cents, and from there, I do think we bounce back up as well. So I'd be keeping an eye on a $1 VXV for the time being. So with that, we'll get into YFI, Yearn Finance. So I recently charted YFI, I think it was yesterday, and I said, hey, we got to keep an eye. What is this, the 618? Yeah, this is the 618 right here. I said, hey, we got to keep an eye on the 618, and it looks like we are heading down to the 6. We did have some sort of bullish momentum on the MACD, but it was very minimal. RSI is completely reset, indicating, hey, it's a great buying opportunity. So on the short term for YFI, pretty much the same in the video here. That is our lifeline. That is our absolute lifeline for YFI in the short term. There's really no other support down here. So if this 618 doesn't hold, I think I was talking about dropping down to 6,500. If we zoomed out further, but I don't have so inevitably though, we're holding up the 618. I'm not going to zoom out and spend a whole bunch of time on this, but as you can see, 2020 I believe it was where there was price, but 2020 is 2 years ago, so it's, you can say we can use that as price action, but 2 years ago can't really be used as a very valid price movement, because in 2 years a lot of stuff has changed. So I'd be keeping an eye on the 618. If we fall below the 618, the next stop would be a drastic drop. I don't think it'd be a straight red line, but I think we could see some drop down like this. Let me see if I could copy this real quick. So